I'm Megan.
And this is
Cooking with the Bells.
Alright, so what are we cooking today?
We are doing all the Thanksgiving sides. Well, not all of them, but we're doing several Thanksgiving sides. We are doing some roasted green beans. We are doing some brown sugar green beans. An alternative to the green bean casserole, if you will, because I'm not a fan.
Me neither.
And your mom's famous cream corn.
It's my favorite corn. I always love when I get to come home and eat it. Holiday meals, I live for them. It's so good.
The best corn that I think I've ever had. Classic.
Excited.
But before we get into all of that, what is this?
Well, I thought we could use some caffeine today because we are, getting the holiday meal together for Thanksgiving.
Yes.
So I made a sugar cookie latte, kind of a quick abode to Christmas coming around the corner.
So excited.
And here's how you can make yours.
We start with a tablespoon of our sugar cookie syrup. And then we're going to add in our espresso. Just give that a little mix. And then I didn't froth the milk, so quick break. Beautiful. And then we're just going to top it with some heated and frothed milk.
Cheers! I think the butter in the syrup just helps make it a little richer without adding a ton of sugar.
Yeah, you can definitely get that, I would say the richness to it. It's not overwhelming, I'm drinking a cup full of butter or something. You still get the caffeine, you still get the coffee taste. It's not just like you're drinking sugar. Yeah,
but
exactly.
The butter and the brown sugar adds a little something extra, so it's not quite your just typical vanilla simple syrup.
Yes, I concur.
Right. Well, I guess we should drink these and get to cooking.
So, we had a family friend bring the bacon wrap green bean bundles to our Thanksgiving one year. However, I personally on Thanksgiving do not have time to wrap a ton of bacon. Wrap a ton of green beans bundles.
Right.
So,
I know what you meant.
So I adapted it, and we have a nice little baking dish.
I think this one's close to 4 quarts, if I remember correctly.
We have 3 15-ounce cans of green beans that we're just going to dump in. This is the simplest recipe ever.
I also feel like anytime you use canned produce, not only is it super easy, but it also makes it much more affordable.
And it will cook a lot faster because it's already kind of tender. So that valuable oven space that you're fighting over for all these side dishes on Thanksgiving,
that
goes a lot quicker.
are at different temperatures for some reason.
Exactly.
This is why we smoke our turkey and our hams on the holidays, because we don't have oven space.
Right, yeah. When you only have one oven, it's hard, especially and then you have to re-warm up everything after you're done. So we have our green beans. This is just the seasoning blend that we use basically every episode. Garlic, onion, pepper, salt. But use, what your heart tells you. So we're just going to sprinkle over. And then star brown sugar, a half cup.
It's the holidays, it's okay to splurge.
Exactly. You're already going to be eating a lot of pie anyway. I'm going to go ahead and just kind of incorporate this in there so that it doesn't just stick to
a couple.
Yeah, a couple. Just gently, that way we don't get mushy beans. We are going to pour over 1 stick melted butter.
Half a cup if you have the tub of butter.
Ugh, I love the way melted butter smells.
Me too. Especially if you like brown your butter, like when you're making cookies and stuff. Oh, I got butter on my finger.
Remember that time we tried our first brown butter experiment, and we had burnt butter. We were not.
We did, because we were like, no, it's not quite amber enough yet. It's not quite amber enough yet. And we're like, I think, and in the conversation it took for us to be like, I think it's there. Yeah, it's there. It burnt.
We've gotten a lot better since then. We've came a long way. And then we just have some bacon bits because, you know, it's hard to make a batch of bacon on Thanksgiving morning. Get all of that. However, if you want, and you're already making breakfast, go ahead and keep a couple of pieces of bacon, crumble it, put it in the fridge.
It'll keep super well.
Yeah, for a couple days.
Yeah.
Perfect.
I was gonna say, I think I don't do bacon a lot personally. I know I'm a weirdo. Come at me. But I'm pretty sure growing up we would keep pretty much a little jelly jar like this with bacon, and we'd make it on like every Saturday. So I want to say you could keep it for a week, but I feel like it could potentially last longer.
Just maybe a little bit, yeah.
Use good judgment.
Exactly. So we're gonna go pop this in the oven.
350 for about 30 minutes.
Just to get warm through.
Are you ready for Mom's cream wow. Cream corn.
There's no
recipe.
cream cheese here.
All right, so first thing, we're gonna do about 5 cups of frozen corn. And this is very much an eyeball recipe, so I just eyeball it with the measuring on my blender, but you can of course measure it however you're comfortable. Half a cup of melted butter. And then I'm gonna start with about a cup of evaporated milk, and we might adjust from there. Because it just kind of depends on how juicy the corn decides to be today. Alright. Go ahead and do some salt and pepper. And then we're gonna blend this until it's nice and creamy. While I'm blending it, if you'll just dump this into our 4-quart casserole dish is what we use. Loud noise. I'm going to add just a little bit more evaporated milk just because there's a couple of spots that are like clumping, so it's just not blending well. One more time. Let's try with metal spoon this time.
And I mean, this is literally like 2 ingredients plus some salt and pepper. So easy.
Mm-hmm. 3. We have the melted butter. But yeah, it's such an easy recipe.
And so much better than just like opening a can of the stuff.
Yes. And you could also, like you're making a batch of this, you could make this and then use it in the cornbread that we make on New Year's, which that recipe will be coming. All right, so that is good. You just want to make sure that nothing's like clumping around your edges. And then I'm gonna pull out the blade, maybe. say good
Ooh,
enough for
okay.
government work. And then just a good old dump.
Okay.
Perfect. And then if you'll just stir all of that together well. And then we used to top this with just shredded cheese so it could get nice and melty and, you know, add that extra layer. Had to stop doing that because we have a lot of lactose intolerant people now. So that is an option if you want.
You can also just add it to like individual pieces, like heat it up in the microwave if somebody still wants a little cheese melted.
Yeah.
Or honestly, as you're pulling it out of the oven, it's still going to be hot, so dish it up on plates and put it on those individual plates.
And then we'll just kind of smooth it out, lid it, and then it goes in a 375 degree oven for 45 minutes, and then we'll take our lid off. We're using the lid that comes with this platter. You can of course just use foil. And then we'll cook it for 15 more minutes just so the top gets a little crisp to it. All right.
Recipe 33. Now this one is mainly, when I thought about green beans and Thanksgiving, I thought about you because I know you like a good crunchy vegetable.
I love them so crisp. I eat them raw out of a bag. Like I just get a bag of them. That's my snack.
So I figured we could just roast some green beans. You want to go ahead and prep these for us.
Absolutely.
You just take we did a pound of fresh green beans. And Kate's just snapping off the ends for us and getting those prepped.
Yep. And sometimes they have a little string right here. And you just want to make sure you pull that out. If it has it, they don't always have it. Like none of these have it. So there we go.
But look how beautiful these are. I mean, we have some olive oil. Just use like a neutral oil. You can use like an avocado, an olive,
Canola, vegetable.
yeah. So we're just gonna lightly drizzle, and then I'm just gonna use my hands to incorporate it. Make sure we got them all nice in oils. It'll help them crisp and cook. And our oven is preheated at 425. And my hands are nice and olive oily, so I'm gonna ask Kate if she could just sprinkle, you know, our blend. We like to use onion, garlic, salt and pepper.
Use half of it to the wind.
Use whatever seasonings your family likes. You don't have to have a seasoned green bean. You can just use salt and pepper if you like.
That was more salt and pepper.
And I'm just gonna go in and mix these up. It's gonna be a nice seasoned green bean.
This makes me ready for gardening season again, so I can just like grow some bean plants.
Can't believe it's November. We're thinking about Thanksgiving and not.
And Christmas.
I know already. But planting season will be here before we know it.
Yeah.
Let's get them in the oven.
Yay!
Well, it's definitely looking like a Thanksgiving feast. You ready?
Yes.
All
I'm gonna
right.
go for a green bean first.
I'm gonna go for some of these brown sugar beans. Sweet, delicious. Just corn. Good.
Basic green bean. Try the beans next.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I love corn. It's all solid.
Oh, good Thanksgiving food. Like I just.
So if you're looking for a green bean casserole alternative, we have 2. And then, of course, we have a great classic cream corn.
Yeah. Like always, if you like this video, please hit the like button down below.
And if you want to see more from us, go ahead and hit the subscribe. But if you're already a subscriber, thank you. We appreciate you.
Like always, our recipes will be linked down below to take you over to our website where you can have a nice, readable, printable form of all of our recipes.
And we'll see you in 2 weeks. Bye.